Hey, welcome back to my channel. First, do me a favor and subscribe. Thank you. Let's get to 1000 subscribers. Alright, so I know I've said this in my other videos, but way before being into sneakers and collecting them, I was very passionate about watches. Which is another hobby that can get very expensive, and after buying a calculator watch and after getting a cool camo Casio as a gift, sadly I got hooked. So I've decided to do a Casio only collection and only get new watches. And just like with my sneakers collection, I like a lot of variety. So different materials, different styles for different occasions. And with my watches, I've looked into symmetry inside the dial and wearable colors. So I'll pan the camera down and show these off in natural light. And if you're wondering, I use this type of stand, and here's a free tip. If you don't want the bracelet watches to just rest on the base of the stand, you can use the clasp as a handle like this. Anyway, there's already too much talking, so I'll try to keep this short. In the pinned comment, I'm going to put a list of the things I don't like about Casio watches in general. But what I like about Casio is the innovation they did through the years. I might be wrong, but they did the first calculator watch, the first camera watch, the first touch screen watch, the first thermometer, compass, heart rate sensor, GPS watches, TV remote control, MP3 player watches, and I'm sure I forgot some. And this was 25 to 30 years ago, which is insane. So this is the HDC-700-1AVEF. I wanted an AnaDigi watch in the collection. I like the big 12 o'clock and that this looks way more expensive than what it is. This case is literally used on a new G-Shock. I don't like this pusher. It should have been placed here because on an angle it covers the display. Also, this should have been solar powered. This is the AE-1100WD-1AVEF. Because my collection is different, this is my version of the Casio Royale. I don't like the bracelet because it's too long and it rattles too much. The illumination is kind of whack, and this circular plastic covering the display should have been way thinner. I might just remove this circle completely. And the case is plastic and not metal, another horrible Casio trend. Moving on with the AE-1500WH-1AVEF. I love the huge display this has, the font and the nice illumination. I don't like this over-designed case maybe, and this doesn't really have any interesting features. And this is the DBC-32D-1AES. I had to get a calculator watch in the collection. This has a nice display with everything well thought out. The hour signal beep is extremely loud. Again, I don't like the case because it's plastic and not metal. Moving on with the SGW-100-1VCF. I love this because it looks like a mini vintage ProTrek, if you remember those that had the tiny ass display and the huge case. This also has a thermometer, compass, electroluminescent display, and I got it for free because of an Amazon situation. I don't really like this stripe on the screen. The viewing angles are trash, and this has one of those non-user friendly straps, another Casio trend. So this is the W-800H-2AVDF. This is my version of the classic square. I just love this simple watch with a nice size display, nice illumination, branded loop and buckle. I'm not even joking, this is in my top 5 favorite watches I own. There's nothing really I don't like about this. Maybe the strap is too long. And this is the MTP-B135L-2AVDF. A sick classic blue dial watch with cool day and date display. The Sunday is in red and this has that classic ticking sound for the seconds. I don't really like the strap because it's too stiff and the watch is too thin and too light for my liking. And the crown should have been nicer, more stylized. And for some reason this is now about 140 euros. On the website I bought it for about 60, which is ridiculous. Moving on with my Edifice, this is the EFV-590D-2AVUEF. A cool blue dial watch with a nice symmetry inside the sub-dials. I don't really like the fact that the case and the bracelet scratch way too easy. Moving on with the EFR-547D-2AVUEF. Another cool edifice with crazy illumination. To me this looks like a work of art. Again, the bracelet and the case scratch way too easy. This pusher should have been placed here on the 9 o'clock position. And this is just an old watch, maybe 6 years old. Anyway, moving on with the EFS-S550BL-1AVUEF, a sick racing style solar powered chronograph with sapphire crystal and a rotating bezel. I also got this for free because of an eBay situation, and I promise I'm not asking for my money back when I buy something. I don't really like this strap because it's too stiff and too short. Moving on with the PRG-300-70R, my only ProTrek, which I got for a good price. This is a nice solar watch with a compass, barometer, autolight. But I absolutely hate this horrible negative display, and I don't really like these bits in the strap, and honestly some ProTrek versions are just overpriced. And finally, let's get into the G-Shocks. This is the GA-100-1A4ER. I love this chunky watch with cool symmetry inside the dial, autolight and a nice brushed metal clasp. I don't like the fact there's no solar power for such a chunky watch. The case gets easily damaged and LED light is pure trash. And this is another old watch. A guy on YouTube said he had his for 10 years. Moving on with the GAW-100B-1A2ER. Another solar watch. I think this sets the time automatically and I really like these big pushers. I know it's a stretch, but this reminds me of a classic Seiko Sportura. There's nothing really I don't like about this. Maybe it's kind of boring, but I will add a blue NATO strap for sure. And this is the GA-2100CA-1AER. I got this in February for my birthday from my brother. Then we took trips to Monaco and all over the south of France, so to me this is priceless. I really like the design, a camo version of the Casio, and I really like the fact they did a quick release strap, which all Casio watches should have. And of course I like the carbon. There's nothing really I don't like about this, maybe the negative display, but the LED is right on it, so it's okay. And finally, the DW-5900-1DR. This is still my favorite object I own right now. I absolutely love the design and the electroluminescent display. I don't like this strap because it's too short. There's no solar power for another chunky watch, and I'm pretty sure this has a round case underneath this bezel, and the buckle doesn't really match the overall design of the watch. So if you stayed until the end, thank you. And you might have noticed I don't have a red watch, I don't have a watch with an MIP display, and I don't have a watch with a mobile phone connectivity. So let's do a quick unboxing. So this is the GBD-200RD-4DR, a lovely red limited edition of the GBD200. I absolutely love the MIP display, and this has autolight and Bluetooth connectivity with only the essential stuff. This is a nice strap with a texture on the front and soft back. And I've actually paid less for this version than what the regular version cost in my region. What I don't like about this is the display size. To me, it's too fucking small. Also, this doesn't have solar power, so this black surround is completely useless. I really want to open this up and wipe this black shit. And this buckle is extremely cheap looking and feeling. Seriously, what the fuck is this? The loop is in a different color, and there's another shitty strap system. And this really needs software updates. Why do a semi-smart watch, but not do constant updates for it? Alright, so this is my cool affordable watches collection, and don't worry, I really like all of them. But let me know which one of these is your favorite. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching. I'm sorry.